Hey, good afternoon. How's everyone going? I would love to speak to you about the Fibonacci sequence, which I think is a fascinating phenomenon. Not only is it multifaceted and complex, it has many layers to it, however, it is remarkably simple also. So, I want to introduce the Fibonacci sequence to my year threes. Basically, I think it's great for them to really work on their skills of addition. They're already looking at number sentences, so to have another number sentence that is complex and goes on forever would be really quite fun and interesting for them, that they can follow through on themselves if they want in their own spare time. But in the class, I have a couple of activities that I would like to do with them. First of all, I would like to go through the Fibonacci sequence, giving them the first two numbers. I'd also explain that yes, it can go below 0, but that's perhaps for another time. Actually, I'm still not sure whether I would mention at all that it does go. Perhaps if the question came up, does it go beneath the 0? If it goes on forever this way, does it go forever this way? Again, that is an extremely complex for year 3, but we like to cover all bases. Now, so I'm giving them in the first activity the first two digits of the Fibonacci sequence, which is 0 and 1, because we're going to start with 0, being that is the number base that they're already working with from 0 upwards. Now, I want to work in class with everybody and go through the addition and give them the rule. So the rule is, after I've given them the first two digits, they are going to add those two together to get the third. If anybody here is not familiar with the Fibonacci sequence, I'm just going to quickly run through it. So you've got 0 plus 1 is 1, so there's your third. Now 1 plus 1 is 2, so there's your fourth. It just goes on and on. You're adding those previous numbers. So it's 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and it goes on forever. So this is a really great thing to inspire them by as well, is to let them know that it's just going to go on and on and on for as long as they have patience to follow through. Now, the first activity that I'm going to do is, after going through with them the first couple, well, I'm going to go up to probably 144 or something like that, but then I'm going to go and I'm going to get rid of all the numbers, and then I'm going to get off the board or whatever I'm working with and get them to come up with those numbers. I've got further activities that I want to go into. I've actually got 3, so I'll just quickly run you by these activities. They're all linked. So 1, we're getting familiar with the Fibonacci numbers. Basically then I'm going to get them to do what's called a golden rectangle up to the 13 by 13 square. So basically I'm going to get them to draw the 1 by 1, the second 1 by 1, going to explain to them, of course, they'll come up with it themselves, I'm sure, that 0 by 0 square is nothing, that's why it's not on the page, but we will mention that. Then after the 2 by 2 square, the 3 by 3 square, the 5 by 5 square, the 13 by 13 square, sorry, the 8 by 8 square, the 13 by 13 square, we're going to get them to draw that on graph paper, which is great because they're already looking at their two-dimensional shapes. So we're looking at squares and rectangles here, which is perfect for them. We're then going to go on to another activity, and we're going to draw what's called the golden spiral. And we're going to do that spiral from the middle of the 1 by 1 square. We're going to go all around that square and through the diagonal of the second 1 by 1 square, through the 2 by 2 square, through the diagonal of the 3 by 3 square, the 5 by 5, the 8 by 8, the 13 by 13. So that spiral, then I'm going to give them examples and have them treasure hunt and find the different spirals that occur in nature. Thank you for your time.